So, congratulations, you're pregnant and you're getting ready to have a little bundle of joy. And while this is such an exciting time, and it really is, I also appreciate that it can be quite stressful if you're a business owner, because unlike when you're an employee in a bigger business, you don't have a HR department laying out what your maternity leave and pay options are. So, what options do you have as a business owner? First of all, as with anything, it depends. And it also depends on how your business is set up initially. So, first of all, are you a sole trader or are you a director, shareholder of a limited company? Because it depends, each option has got different options. So, let's take a quick look at each of them. So, sole trader is probably a slightly easier one because as a sole trader, the standard maternity leave and pay, statutory maternity pay, doesn't apply to yourself. However, you could be entitled to claim the maternity allowance. So it's definitely worth going and having a look. The link is down in the blog below. Go and have a look and check out the maternity allowance eligibility and just check that you are eligible to claim that. If you are a director of a limited company, and if you are, or this is your only income, then you're likely to be an employee of this limited company too. So therefore, being an employee on PAYE gives you the same rights as any other employee in the rights of the law. So you are most likely entitled to statutory maternity pay. There are some caveats here, some timing issues and things like that. So please do go and check, again, the links in the blog. Go and check the eligibility and make sure that you are definitely entitled to it. But there is something to remember here with statutory maternity pay. It is based on your salary amount only. So not your dividends or everything you're taking out of the business. It's literally only on your salary. So most directors run the small salary of the 12,570 currently, which is the personal allowance. So it will be based on that. So the 90% part will be based on that. You can, with such maternity pay, you can also claim the SNP back from HMRC. And if you're a small employer, then you can also get a little bit of compensation too. So depending on how many of you there are in the business, how many people are on payroll, PAYE, and how much you usually pay HMRC each month in national insurance and tax, depends on how you claim that money back. So it could be if you've got quite a few employees and you're paying out a decent amount to HMRC every month, then it could be that it will just reduce that monthly amount, so it just like contra it off. So instead of paying over the full amount to HMRC, you'd pay over the amount less the SNP that you're claiming back that month. However, if you're the only employee or you've got part-time or lower paid employees, then this may not be the case. So you have two options here. The standard option is it just builds up as a credit in your account every month. And then at the end of each tax year, you can then apply to claim that money back and get that refund. So if your maternity leave is going to straddle 2 tax years, then it's going to be 2 different tax claims that you're going to be making. The other alternative is to apply for upfront funding. Now, you're only able to do this if it's going to cause your business hardship. So there are some eligibility and you have to apply for it in your account, your gateway logins. So make sure you have those. And again, we've got the link in the bottom of this blog. If you're not eligible for statutory maternity pay because you're not actually an employee in the business or any other reason, timing, things like that, then you could be entitled to the maternity allowance. So if SNP is a no-go, then do check out the eligibility for maternity allowance. And we will do blogs on both SNP and maternity allowance coming soon. And also to remember, as a shareholder, director of a limited company, that regardless of whether you claim the SNP or the maternity allowance, you can still take your dividends while you're on maternity leave. So there's just that to bear in mind. You can top that up still with dividends. You're not restricted to just taking out the SNP amount or having the maternity allowance amount. Now, that's all well and good, and that's all the legal parts and everything, but you're a business owner at the end of the day, and you're wearing the 2 hats. So you're going to be shortly a mum, and you're also the CEO of your business. And if you're anything like me, your business is probably also a baby to you. You've started from scratch, you've built it up, it's grown, you've done all of that and got it to where it is today. So it's only fair and right that you'll be thinking of, you want to protect that business and you want it to keep going. So have a think about how much time you do actually want to take off. Do you want to take a full break? I mean, legally you should be taking at least 2 weeks anyway after the birth of the baby. But do you want to take a full longer term break, or do you just want to scale back? Have you got somebody to take over? It can be your second in command that can take the reins while you have that break. Or do you need to get somebody in? So it's all these things you need to think about. If you do go on statutory maternity, then you do get keep in touch days. And those are the days that you can use to then work on your business, do the things that you need to do. But you can only use those days, so you need to use them wisely and don't go over, because otherwise you're no longer entitled to maternity pay. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And as a mum, having been through this, you need to ask for help. Raising a newborn whilst running a business is no joke, and you do need that supportive village around you. And one of those people would be the baby's dad, hopefully. And you're probably aware of the traditional 2 weeks paternity leave that fathers have. But there's also now shared paternity leave, which means that you can actually split your maternity leave with your partner. So it means you can take it in different blocks as well. So it means you can dip in and out of the business as you want to. And it's a really great way of sharing this new time, this new start, and this new chapter of your family life with your partner, and also keep that hand in the business, keeping it going. So yeah, again, there's more links down below to learn more about shared paternity leave. So please do go and have a read and see if that's something that could work for you. But at the end of the day, there's no one size fits all approach. So learn all about it. Speak to somebody who's been there and done it, I recommend, because they know what it's like, and they can be realistic and open and honest with you and tell you exactly what it's like. I'm always happy to share. But it is a special life moment, so please don't feel that you have to miss out on either. Do what feels right for you and your family. And if you need somebody to help your accounts as part of your village or your HR, you know where we are. We are here to help. So please do get in touch. Hope this helps.